And moving on, U.S. President Donald Trump has called to relocate Palestinians from Gaza to Egypt and Jordan and possibly even Albania while rebuilding the Gaza Strip. It's an ambitious plan, but is it possible? Joining us now to discuss President Trump's plan and his agenda for Gaza and beyond is former Israeli ambassador to the United States, Danny Ayalon. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So U.S. President Donald Trump has announced this plan for Gaza, but now there seems to be contradictory statements released from both sides. Egypt and Jordan are firmly against this. I mean, what do you make of this plan, and is it even plausible?
Well, the pushback from Jordan and Egypt is quite understandable because it's not, let's say, very favorite idea in the Arab world for the Palestinians to move anywhere, whether for a short time or a long time. For Jordan, that could destabilize the situation in the kingdom because about 80% already of Jordanians are Palestinians, and certainly King Abdullah wouldn't want them to be there and take over, as they have tried before quite a few times. Notably 1970, Black September. Egypt could take them. Sinai is a vast expanse where they can certainly stay there temporarily, but they would not want to do it without Palestinian approval. So I think it all hinges on that. But as for the idea, and Trump is, I guess, showing that he's really thinking out of the box. Is, I think, thinking also as a constructor and a real estate guy, understanding, given this chaotic situation in Gaza and the rubbles there, that you cannot really build with all this, the population. So it would be easier to move them out and back.
And now Prime Minister Netanyahu wants a meeting with U.S. President Trump in Washington, hoping even to secure a meeting in the coming week. What do you think will likely be on the agenda? And do you think that they'll be able to reach some kind of understanding about the continuation of the war and of how Iran will be dealt with?
Yes, I think most important thing for Israel would be Iran. I think that what Netanyahu will try to do is secure a firm understanding with Trump that Iran can not be nuclear, and not only freeze the situation, but it has to be actually taken back to where it was in 2018-19, when they started breaching the agreement. Since then, they were actually accumulating a few hundred kilograms of enriched uraniums. All these issues will have to be dealt with. Probably Trump would opt for a political arrangement. If this is possible, so be it. But if not, I guess what Netanyahu would want to see is a firm action whereby the United States-led coalition, with or without Israel, would destroy the infrastructure of Iran.
Now, President Trump, may call on Netanyahu to make certain concessions, whether it's with regards to the Abraham Accords or with regards to the ceasefire in Gaza and Lebanon. Are there any red lines for Netanyahu, and can he afford to say no to President Trump?
Well, that's a very good question. First of all, there are some political constraints for Netanyahu. When it comes to Lebanon and Hezbollah, I think it's an easier issue because there is an agreement. There are guarantors led by the United States, of course, France and others, whereby Israel knows that if we are pulled back to the international border, then we will have a buffer zone in southern Lebanon area. And of course, if this is not kept, we will have the right for self-defense and for really pushing Hezbollah back. Of course, we would like to see also Hezbollah dismantled according to former United Nations Security Council resolutions. But this can wait a little bit for the future. With Gaza, it's much more problematic because already the far-right Smotrich party in the government said that if the war in Gaza will not continue, then he leaves the government. And that means a big dilemma for Netanyahu, whether he can afford saying no to Trump. I think it will be very difficult for him. So there could be a situation whereby Israel will adhere to the ceasefire agreement in Gaza, even on the expense of the existence of Netanyahu government, and then we can all go to elections soon.
Well, it'll certainly be interesting, and of course, we will continue to follow. Ambassador Danny Ayalon, thank you so much for your insights today.
My pleasure.